Pregame.com.
Sunday afternoon NBA on ABC, 3:30 Eastern Time. It's Oklahoma City at the LA Lakers VR. I remember back in, I don't know what it was, September, we're doing a first preview radio show, and right before we go on the air, the Lakers announced they just signed Dwight Howard. And I remember we got Beto Duran from L.A., who follows the Lakers from ESPN Radio, on the show.
I remember that.
Got him on there, even though it was like 11:10 at night, whatever.
I remember that.
And I remember talking to him, and he was actually telling us that the crowds were forming outside of Staples Center at 11 o'clock at night. They were so excited and so pumped about the Lakers getting Dwight Howard. Put the rings on, fit them now. Let's hang another banner.
Sportsbooks are running the numbers.
Then they were. And here we are just a couple of months later, and we're not sure if the Lakers are going to even make the playoffs.
And everyone
7
makes
games.
the playoffs.
Oh, and everybody does. 7 games below 500 as we cut this video on Friday.
Look, I don't even have notes for this game. I've been hearing so much about the Lakers over the last month that, I mean, what else is there to say? What else is there to talk about? Here's the thing. From a betting perspective, here's the bottom line. If it was any other team, I'd be looking to bet the Lakers because of all the negative press.
Sure.
And we know whenever the betting market overreacts to something, there's usually value the other way. But it's the LA Lakers. Right. It's showtime. It's the team that, like you said, fit the rings. Let's make them 2-1 favorites to win the NBA championship. And, you know, let's just see who's going to meet them from the East. And it's derailed. And because they're the LA Lakers, I can't do that. In fact, even though I look at some of these games and I say, you know what, not that they're due. If you look at the due factor in betting, I want to take your action. Give me a call. I'll give you even money. No 11-10 if that's how you handicap games. But with that said, I think this is a team where, you know, I would be looking to back them because of the overreaction to the betting line. Sure. But there hasn't been an overreaction.
Right. It's the Lakers.
It's the Lakers. And people are looking at that due factor. The only question here is they're playing Oklahoma City, who may be the sexiest team in all of the NBA right now, and they look better than last year. All of a sudden, that Westbrook-Durant
scares me a little bit about Harden not being there. And,
I agree.
You know, and I'm not sold yet on Martin. He's a good player.
I agree.
Yeah, but anyway, we've talked about that on the air quite a bit, about Martin maybe not having that ability to pump in the 25 or 30 when one of the 2 stars has an off night. But you're right, and it's funny, every time I look at a Laker game, I'm thinking, boy, it's a good spot to jump in on the Lakers. And then I look to the way they played on the defensive end. They give up so much in the paint. And last week, Brian Leonard and Marco and I talked about the Lakers Heat clash. And I had mentioned about the Lakers, they just get drilled inside of that. You know, Dwayne Wade was playing well and LeBron James, and they're just going to drive. And they had something like 60 points in the paint, Miami did, in that win over the Lakers. It was close, but the Lakers don't finish. They don't finish games. They don't close out well. Miami pulls away at the end and gets the cover. That was the second time, at least, in the last month that the Lakers have given up over 60 points in the paint to one of their opponents, or right thereabouts. So
and they're
that kills
to be big underneath.
Exactly,
that's
but it's like the team doesn't understand their makeup. You know,
they have no identity.
Exactly.
I mean, look, now they have a new coach.
Yep.
So, you know, whatever planning, whatever, you know, plays and stuff you did throughout.
With Mike Brown, getting you ready for the season.
Out the window. Yeah. Now it's all new. D'Antonio's in. And now they find themselves in a situation where you've already fired a coach.
Right.
And you bring in D'Antonio, and it's getting worse. So now what do? You're going to fire him too now? How ridiculous would that look this far into the season? So you got to eat it on that one. Mm-hmm. Now they're talking about Gasol's going to go. You mentioned before we going on, I've even heard
Dwight
Howard may go. I mean, when you have that kind of turmoil in the locker room and you're having trouble playing, that's like the recipe for disaster. I don't want nothing to do with the Lakers. I'll tell you that right now. They could go cover the next 5 games, and God bless them. I hope somebody makes money on them, because it's not going to be me. I want nothing to do with that.
Well, I got a free pick on this game. Let's get to it and make
Lakers?
it official.
No.
I'm telling you, man, take the point. Oh, I couldn't do it. I got to lay the points in with Oklahoma City guys. Back on January 11th, OKC paid a visit to Staples. They were laying about 6 points on the road. There was no Dwight Howard. Now, we're cutting this video on Friday. Dwight Howard is expected to be playing on Friday night for the Lakers, so we're going to assume that he's going to play on Sunday. If he is, the line's likely to be less than 6. OKC's played a lot of road games as of late, but it's just, again, the situation that, as VR said, the Lakers don't know their identity. They are old. They're not together on the defensive end. There's no chemistry on this team whatsoever. I mean, the only positive I've heard out of Lakerland in the last month was Metta World Peace saying on Wednesday that he'd like to finish his career as an LA Laker. Of all people, he's got no problem, I guess, with staying there. Kobe's even talked, almost throwing up the white flag, saying we're an aging team. I'm not sure how we're going to turn this thing around. From the ultimate competitor saying that. Whether you like Kobe or not, he is the ultimate competitor at the professional sports level. So I'm going to back OKC again. 6 or less. I will take Oklahoma City. I think they find a way to win this one by about 10 points. Great spot for the Lakers, but it's the Lakers, and they're not playing defense. I Oklahoma City minus the points, my free pick. Hey, that's going to do it for VR and I this week on the videos. Don't forget, check us out each and every night, Sunday night through Friday night, on the radio and archived at pregame.com. That's the website we're at. Pregame.com. It's on the homepage. First Preview Radio each and every night of the week. Sunday night and Friday night. VR joins me. Check it out, and we'll be right back here next week with more Pregame.tv.